Hey, what's up everybody? Nola here, and I'm coming to you from St. Patrick's Cemetery. I came out here because it's St. Patrick's Day, and a better way to celebrate St. Patrick's Day than to come check out this beautiful, amazing, old cemetery. And you may notice I'm not wearing anything green. It's only because I don't own any green clothing. However, I do have this. This is a car air freshener. It's made by Yankee Candle. And that's about all I have that's green. That's it. So just let this count. Anyway, let's go check this place out. Irish heritage in New Orleans is very big. We celebrate St. Patrick's Day with a parade. We also celebrate St. Joseph's Day with the Irish Italian Parade. And there are plenty of things that honor the Irish heritage here, including this cemetery. This is St. Patrick's Cemetery number 1. There's actually 3 of these, but this one's the oldest one. It was established in 1841 by the St. Patrick Catholic Church. So by 1833, the Irish community was large enough to have its own Catholic Church parish, which was St. Patrick's. And by 1841, they needed a place to bury their people, so they created this cemetery. And in this cemetery, people were buried in copings. These are in-ground graves that are raised just a little above the ground by a brick frame. This particular one didn't really start out with the larger tombs that you would see more closer to the city of New Orleans. These would start appearing in the cemetery quite a few years later. So this cemetery has a pretty good mix of the copings and the large tombs that you would normally see. But if you look straight ahead, most of them are copings. Just a few of the large tombs that you normally see in a New Orleans cemetery are in this particular section. In the 1850s, a yellow fever epidemic hit New Orleans. And so a lot of people had to be buried in a short amount of time. And so the idea of the copings was abandoned because it just took too long to build. So they had to be buried in the ground temporarily. The only problem with burying people in the ground in New Orleans is that the water level is so low that if it rains hard enough, they could be washed away. So they were moved eventually into proper copings, but some are still preserved in the ground, and they're marked by some of these old markers here. And what's interesting is, as I'm researching this, some of the dates on these markers go back further than the age of the cemetery. I can't read this one, but this one over here says that this person, Hugh Butler, died on January 17th, 1818 at the age of 37, and he rests here. So I'm not sure if this was just something here before this was established as St. Patrick's Cemetery or what. I'm not entirely sure why the date is before the establishment of this cemetery. And this one here has a date of November 10th, 1817. So it really doesn't make sense. It doesn't go with the research that I'm finding on this place. It's weird. It seems like some of the graves that are in the ground are actually older than the cemetery itself, but I can't find any kind of information. Here's one that just has a name on it of Leary. No dates or anything. I don't know if anybody's even actually buried in this. This could just be a family plot that is waiting to be used. Here's one here that's in kind of bad shape. The earliest date on this one is 1901. But look at this. It is kind of caved in just a bit. You can almost see inside. I'm not going to get close enough to really see in to the grave there, but pretty interesting. Here's one with the last name of Hackett. The top of it looks like it's in pretty bad shape. I don't see any dates or anything on there. It looks like there may have been a headstone at one point, but this is what caught my eye. This weird shape that's kind of embedded into the top of this thing. I'm not sure what used to be there, if anything, or if that's just maybe they patched some kind of hole. Who knows? This one here has a bit of a lean to it, and it looks like the plaque that would normally have all the names on the front is missing, but there's a name at the bottom there. It says Donnelly. I believe that's an Irish name as well. I'm pretty sure that most of the people buried here are from Irish descendants. This one here is a coping with two markers on top embedded into the cement there. The one on the left is dated 1858 and the one on the right is 1897. Pretty old. Here's one here. It looks like the top has broken off of the headstone, but you can see the dates on it: 1860, 1903, or does that say 1893? Some of these are pretty hard to read. 1901, 1904. Yeah, that must be 1893. And I would imagine the one that is broken off there was probably about as tall as that one. And this one has a date of 1870, 1871. Very hard to read the dates on this one, but I like the design on the top of the headstone. Really pretty. This one here looks like it's in bad shape at the top, starting to crumble with the wear and tear of time. The earliest date on this one is 1860, it looks like. Wow. Here's one where it looks like the headstone has toppled over and cracked and broken on top of the grave here. So you cannot see the names or the dates of the people buried in this plot. this place was certainly interesting, and it was interesting being here in St. Patrick's Cemetery for St. Patrick's Day. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed a little land yap from Miss Who Dat. Go pass a good time.